What is the happenings in the place, my friend?
I don't know, man. A lot. There's a whole lot.
Yeah.
So many things have been going on lately.
Can you see it in our face? This week has kicked us in the ass.
Yeah, it's been a long week, dude. And I did not help myself out any by staying up till like 4:30 playing Phasmophobia.
Did you hear the door creak a little bit?
I did.
As you were saying Phasmophobia?
There you got a ghost, bro.
Oh, no, it's back.
I heard it too. It kind of, all right.
Gonna hear, hey, Toots, in the microphone again.
No.
Oh, wait. Let's not let this go any further without.
No. And hi, I'm Blake.
And I'm Ian.
And this is Awk Awe.
It is very much a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
We got some McDonald's colors going on the table right now.
Yeah, a little red and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Red and yellow, red and yellow. Yeah. So Fanta is not a sponsor, obviously, but they do have flavored drinks that are already carbonated. And I thought, just now, while I was at the gas station.
Yeah, literally just a few minutes ago, this idea came to you.
Less than 10 minutes. I was at the gas station, and I was walking through. Obviously, I went back there to see if they had Infinite Swirl. They filled up that whole section with fucking Code Red, so
yep.
They're giving up on Infinite Swirl. I'm sure they'll get some back in eventually, but who knows when.
You think we could order it online?
Maybe. We will have to check.
I'm going to check right now.
I would like to do that.
As I am checking, continue
all right.
with your idea.
Yes. So maybe we can. I don't know. I hope so. They did definitely put out the new Mountain Dew label on Infinite Swirl, which means they have technically done a new release of it. I'm hoping that is a wider spectrum than, what's the fucking gas station? 7-Eleven and Speedway.
Yes.
And, maybe not. But Summer Freeze, that must be a new flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. Cherry lemon, raspberry. That sounds pretty good, not gonna lie.
It almost looks like Infinite Swirl, but it's not.
But it's not. I got excited. That they were advertising the swirls of the infinite, but they weren't.
I say nothing about his Infinite Swirl. We're good. Okay.
Yeah.
I've corrected myself.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go find Dew.
Find Dew. Where are we finding it at?
That's
any Infinite Swirls in there? Cabo Citrus.
I did see somebody had 12 packs of this.
Oh, really?
But they were selling out of the 12 pack individually. So I don't know where they picked it up.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
They still have Livewire? I didn't know that.
Infinite Swirl.
There's Infinite Swirl in the bottle. Okay.
I guess they don't have it in
Obviously, we're not getting a canned version. That's fine.
Can I click on you?
This will be another favorite that just disappears forever. All right, we checked it. Now what?
I don't fucking know.
I don't either. There's no other fucking button. You just check.
That's it?
Find products.
Okay.
There we go.
We're going to cut a little bit of this out.
I might not.
Oh.
Maybe I will. Okay, so we are supposed to be getting this somewhere close to us.
Yeah. I don't know where that is.
Where do they have an Amico around here? It's near, so we got some other places to check later today. All right, cool. So the hunt may happen, and we will stock up and potentially have some of these for next week. But until then, I was at the gas station searching for this, and I came across Fanta Strawberry and Fanta Pineapple, and the idea hit me that the flavor profile is strawberry and pineapple. It's already carbonated. Maybe it won't be the same, but maybe it'll be close.
We will see.
Hopefully we can find this at the other gas stations today, because obviously I don't want to buy 2 drinks when I could just buy 1. But I'm going to go ahead and get... Stop laughing, bro.
You do not want me to have joy?
No. No. There's that.
Oh.
These are very interesting cups, bro.
Yeah. They're test cups.
For what? Urine?
For this. And that looks like urine. Very cloudy urine. You need to drink some more water.
It's not supposed to be this color?
No. It's very bubbly, too.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. Maybe. It looks like Typhoon.
Now, that right there kind of looks like Typhoon.
Did you know?
Kind of looks like it.
Did you know when you mix red with yellow, it makes an orangish color?
Whoa. Mind blown, bro. I never knew.
The more you know. Fun with colors.
All right, enjoy. Go for it.
I'm so excited.
I think I've got slightly more pineapple than strawberry in mine, but whatever.
I mean, yeah, the levels were off. You got
Just
more
a little
pineapple
bit.
than strawberry.
But just a smidge, so who cares?
Carefully put the lid back on.
Mm-hmm. It does look like Typhoon, though. So that's promising. That's all they really did. They just grabbed a couple of Fantas and made a huge batch.
That's crazy. It's cheating, too.
Yeah, that's why they took it off the shelves.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Okay.
You're very good friends.
It's okay, yeah. That's really carbonated.
Yeah.
Also, I've still got the taste of toothpaste in my mouth.
I currently have a Zen in.
Oh. That's probably throwing some things off.
But honestly, kinda. Not exactly, but
It's not exact. Yeah, it's not exact, but it is kinda.
it's something to get us through.
There's like an aftertaste that's sort of there. Mm-hmm. It's similar. It's got some similarities. We'll compare. We'll find Infinite Swirl this week and then move onwards to next week.
It's rather refreshing.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. All right, well, I'm going to move these off to the side.
No!
Are these not screwed down?
They are.
Okay, I just want to be sure, man.
Yeah.
There we go. Now they're tight. All right.
Tight.
So, besides this fun little adventure we just took,
Yeah.
what you been up to, man? Why do I have my vape out? Oh, my God.
Because I want it.
Should just been on the table the whole time.
But for real, though.
Okay.
Just one.
Pause.
Stay over there.
Okay. So,
We have returned.
that one's lemon heads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at the color. I was thinking it was some kind of banana.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you didn't taste it and think that.
No.
Okay.
No. Still tasting this.
That's good. Yeah. So what you been up to?
Whew. Like I said, we said, I guess, it's obviously been the same for you. It's been a hell of a week.
Yeah, it's been a long one.
I'm kind of feeling guilty, honestly.
Okay.
Got a little bit of guilt in me.
Yeah?
And I gave you a kind of...
Yeah, you didn't give me details.
No.
You just
No.
gave me like a how would you feel if very vague statement.
A very philosophical
And
question.
yeah, yeah, very philosophical.
So we were staying over at Mom's house
Okay.
for a couple of days. One night. We were over there Friday night.
Okay.
We had pizza. We were all watching a movie. Mom goes to bed. Me and Michaela and Sebastian are kind of like camping out in the living room. He's got a little tent set up. It was pretty cool, honestly.
That is, yeah, that sounds neat. Fun.
Yeah, Michaela decided to stay up. We watched the movie with SZA in it. It's called One of Them Days. It's on Netflix.
It's with the two girls and they're getting away from. Yeah.
Trying to get
I caught
some
the tail
money.
end of that. Shauna was watching that at one point too, and I caught like the second half of it.
Yeah, we got some laughs out of it. It was a pretty good movie.
I got to skip over the buildup of everything that was happening and watch all of the craziness ensue. So yeah, I would say it was good.
It's a lot of craziness. Yeah,
There was a lot.
yeah,
Good movie.
yeah. But we were up to like, I guess 2 a.m. and then Michaela goes out on the front porch, and she comes back in and she's like, "Somebody's screaming for help." Yeah, it's like 2 a.m. I go outside. It kind of sounds like it.
Okay.
Like you could hear it off in the distance. It sounded like it was off in the distance. It was coming from the direction like there's a couple houses down across the street. There's this house that this old man lives in. He gave me some rides to and from school every now and then.
Yeah.
He used to cut everybody's grass. I guess he's gotten so old that he can't really do it anymore. But he's got a lot of people living with him and a lot of people living in his backyard too. It's kind of like he's got his own little motel set up back there. There's a shed back there that somebody stays in. There's this camper in the back that somebody stays in.
Very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's got his own moonshine operation going too.
Good for him. All right.
You didn't hear that here.
Yeah, he doesn't.
That's right. Anyway, it's coming from that direction, but it sounds like it's further away.
Okay.
So we go in to get Mom, wake her up, see what she thinks. And then by the time she gets out there, it's louder. It's like, he's like, "Please, somebody help me. Help. It's just desperate.
Okay. All right. Terrifying, but yeah.
She calls the cops.
Haunting.
Gets them to come out there. And then before she calls the cops, I go in there to get my shoes on to try and head in that direction, see where it's coming from.
Okay.
But by the time I come back out there, she's off the phone with the cops and the screaming stops. So
Okay.
I was like, okay, I don't even hear where this is coming from anymore. Why not just go get my shoes on?
That sucks. Yeah.
So at that point, we're kind of just assuming that this guy finally woke somebody up that came to help him.
Hopefully.
That's what we assumed.
Okay.
So the police, they show up. We tell him where. He asks if it's coming from that house because apparently there's a bunch of stuff that goes on at that house.
I would imagine.
Yeah, Michaela wanted to say that it was, but I guess me and Mom kind of spoke up and said that it sounded like it was like further down.
Okay.
Because that's how it sounded.
Yeah. Hard to say.
Yeah, so he went off in that direction, and he's got his lights on, just searching and listening and everything. And he comes back down. He's like, "I can't go any further because like the Henry County line is right there."
Gotcha.
So he can't go much further than that. So he leaves. Now Mom and Michaela go back inside and stay out there a little bit longer. As I'm getting up to come back in, I think
Okay.
I kind of hear another like faint little help. But as I stopped in the door, I was listening more and I didn't hear it. So
Gotcha. Okay.
yeah. And there's like, you would assume if it was at this house,
Yeah.
these screams were so loud it would have woke somebody up over there.
Of course.
But there is the mind that some of these people are on drugs, so maybe they're knocked out.
Yeah. I had that suspicion already.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's usually people walking up and down the street to and from this place like around that time, 2 or 3 in the morning anyway, so somebody's got to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, we're all waking up. I go out front. There's an ambulance and a fire truck at the front of that house.
Oh, fuck.
People are looking kind of distraught over there. I didn't go over there because I kind of got the mindset implanted in me. Like, just mind your business.
which is fair.
Yeah.
A lot of times, especially in the like Clayton County area and everything, like where we grew up, like
Yeah.
you just mind your business. Yeah.
So I don't go over there asking too many questions, but
Right.
like I just get that feeling.
Right.
You know? Like
It's bad.
whatever happened has to do with those screams for help last night.
It's a little too coincidental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a couple of police cars showed up and they were asking questions. They stayed a little bit after the fire truck and the ambulance left. And the ambulance left with the lights on, but no siren. So,
Oh,
yeah.
that's not good.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking the person that was screaming for help got stuck under something.
Okay.
And it just either inside one of the places or outside under all that pile of junk, and it just made it sound like it was further away.
Ah, yes. Okay. Uh-huh.
So, I don't know. I'm having that. Since we heard it, and I don't know, I'm thinking that when the scream stopped, the person just went into shock, you know?
Yeah.
So I was in the position to where I could have just not even thought about it and just got up and gone to do something. And then didn't make that decision. And then, unfortunately, now somebody's probably gone.
Possibly. Yeah.
Like I said, I still don't have all the facts on that,
Got you. Right.
but I just get the feeling.
Right, right. This is all just, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess what I'm trying to encourage people to do here is like, if you get that feeling, like if this is real and it doesn't feel like you're about to, I don't know, because sometimes it gets tricky.
It's tricky, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you're in the position to help, just try your best not to hesitate. Because you may be the only person that's able to help.
Possibly.
You're in that position. So I keep thinking about that quote at the beginning of Boondock Saints, where the preacher's like, there is one evil we must fear most, and that's the indifference of good men.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good people that just don't do shit when somebody's in trouble. It's just as bad as an evil person sometimes.
It can be. I wouldn't beat yourself up too bad about it. So my thought on this entire scenario is not once did I ever consider that somebody could have been stuck under something. So where did that come into play in your head?
Like because I saw somebody after the ambulance and everybody left. They kept going back to that pile of junk, just kind of looking around, like just shaking their head.
Okay.
So that kind of gave me the idea that they got stuck under something over there.
Okay.
Like there was a trailer.
Yeah.
I was thinking like there's got to be somebody that's just up at 2 a.m. just working on shit randomly.
Yeah. So the entire scenario that you laid out, and this is how it played out in my head as you were telling me everything, is that this is very likely a lot of people that are on drugs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And wild things happen when you're in that state of mind, such as, you just nut up on somebody. And so my first thought went to that this person was like being attacked.
That's what we were thinking first too.
Right.
Yeah.
And
if
I mean,
not by a person, like a wild animal, maybe.
Wow. I assumed person, but yeah, possibly.
Coyotes around there.
There are some. But my first instinct is you guys did the right thing. You called the cops. You did what you could. If you had gone over there, you could have potentially put yourself in a dangerous position. Yeah. And you got a family, you got a kid, man. You know what I mean? Like, these aren't things that I feel you could beat yourself up over just because you could potentially help somebody if you're risking, your life. Like, if you could go over there and guarantee, like, if you had like a weapon of some sort that guarantees that you've got the upper hand, sure, maybe.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could just walk over there trying to do the right thing, and then
like,
we aren't sitting here having this conversation, right? You know what I mean? Like, that's a very real possibility as well, which is part of how you weigh it out. You know what I mean? Like,
that's one of the first things I kept trying to tell myself too, but then it keeps going back to that.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. I mean, it's heavy either way, because there is that possibility that you could have helped somebody. And I would like to think that, given most scenarios, I would like to think that I would want to help, or I would go to help. But for me and my family and my kids and everything like that, I think I would hesitate. Yeah. If I'm being completely honest, like, as much as I look up to Superman and all of these comic book characters and things like that, you want to be a hero.
Yeah.
But the reality is, you could be gone just as easily as that person. And what was it for? You know what I mean? You did try to do the right thing, but now your family doesn't have you. And there were other avenues that could have been taken. And I think you guys took the best option you had at the time, especially middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all very sketchy. It's the location is very sketchy, and I'm sure there's probably some information that'll come out about it, and we'll figure out what happened. But
for sure, and we'll give updates.
Yeah, and you know, whatever happened, hopefully that person is okay, or they were stable enough to not need sirens, or who knows? You know what I mean? That's fingers crossed. But yeah, I think you did what you could, you know, in the moment you guys heard it. You checked with her. This is where she lives. Do you guys want to be involved? You know what I mean? And then you guys call the cops, get them out there. It stops. You think you hear it one more time, but that could be overthinking, and like, it's the middle of the night and you're tired. Who knows? Maybe not. Yeah. It's all very, yeah. No, I definitely get the heaviness of the situation for sure. That's tough, but
yeah. I mean, Michaela keeps getting on to me about blaming myself too.
Yeah, so. You definitely can't blame yourself. That's the bottom line. It's hard not to, I'm sure, but
her argument was kind of like, it was shitty in a way, but she was like,
okay,
these guys are on drugs, don't worry about it. But I mean,
okay. Crackheads don't need help. Oh shit, it's not funny, but like, that's fun.
I know.
God dang. Oh man.
I know.
Wait,
I know not everybody believes what I believe, but like, Jesus would have helped somebody like that, you know.
I get that. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we came for.
Yeah,
sinners.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, he definitely wouldn't write anybody off for being a crackhead. But
yeah,
my first thought was drug-induced scenario. And not that doesn't mean that they don't need help or that they shouldn't be helped. But for me, it's just like, you put yourself in a dangerous situation. And I don't know what you had on you, if you had anything on you.
I had my fists.
See, and up against meth heads and crack addicts, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if fists are enough. They're like next level. You know, they got the strength of like 8 men, and they're like, nutting up on everything. You know, I don't know if it's, you could have helped somebody, and everybody deserves help, but you put yourself in a compromising scenario when you got a wife and kid, and I think that's, you know, you did what you could.
See, this is the smart way to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just mind your business.
100%. And I mean, if you could visibly see what was happening, and you saw somebody trapped, or you saw somebody getting beat up, and or whatever, being attacked, or however the case may be, one, if they're being attacked, like, also maybe call the cops. You've seen enough to give descriptions, but like, I'm just giving an overview scenario here. Let's stick with the trapped scenario, right? If you saw that somebody was trapped, and they're yelling out for help, and you can see that
there's nobody else around.
You see that this is the case. Then you say, "Fuck it," and you walk the other way. Yeah, okay,
that's
maybe you can beat yourself up a little bit over that, because like, you could have done something.
Yeah.
But when you can't see anything about the situation, you don't know what you're walking into, I don't think you can beat yourself up too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't think you should.
that brings up another movie reference. You've seen The Book of Eli, right? With Denzel Washington.
I've seen clips of it. I've never watched the whole thing.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there's some badass clips in it, though.
Yeah. In the beginning, I guess the movie's old enough. I don't really care if it's a spoiler. It's just the beginning of the movie.
The movie's so old. If you haven't seen it, like, even me, I don't care what you say about it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, there's this girl, like, off to the side of the road. She's got her little cart turned over or whatever, and she's calling for help.
Yeah.
And Denzel's character, Eli, he goes over toward her. And he's like, the good thing about no soap, because this is a post-apocalyptic time. He's like, is that you can smell hijackers a mile off, and there's like a whole bunch of hijackers that just are hiding behind shit. They push shit down. It's like, Red Prince, he can smell us from a mile off, or whatever they say. But you catch the drift.
Yeah.
You're going to help somebody, and it's a setup.
It's a setup. And that's so common these days. And that's the other thing. I mean, ambulance and stuff showed up the next day. But prior to that, going into it, you never know. Because people use women and children to bait people into things all the time.
Yeah.
So somebody could be screaming, "Help me, help me, help me." Then as soon as you come to help, they run away, and people are already on you, and it's a wrap. You know what I mean? So these are actual things that happen to people, and you do have to be careful. So I don't think you can beat yourself up too bad, man, or that you should. I know you can. You're definitely capable, but I don't think you should.
I don't know if
I'm sure everybody else will agree. Maybe not. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I guess there's a couple morals to this, because if you're first, as we're saying, assess the situation.
Definitely.
If you've assessed it enough, or you feel like you've assessed it enough, and this person actually needs help from you, then don't hesitate.
Yeah.
But if it feels off, probably is.
Could be. It very well could be.
Yeah.
Especially at 2 or 3 in the morning, just everything's quiet, and there's just a random help that cries out. Call somebody to check it out, because they've got all the weapons, they've got all the tools. Yeah, you might have a couple of those things laying around in your truck or your house or whatever, but like, do you have everything you would need? You don't. Who knows? At 2 or 3 in the morning, and you can't see the actual situation, who knows? And like you said, at that point in time, you're going in there with your fists. So, like, that's all you would have had. That's, in a lot of scenarios, that's not enough. No. So these days. Not these days. Now, we'd have caught it back in the cool 70s, 80s. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's all you need.
They told me to clean my weapons, so I washed my hands.
So dumb. But hopefully, I mean, we can look into it. We'll figure it out. There's got to be updates by now. If it was something wild, if there aren't any updates, I would imagine that it was just kind of like your run of the mill thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man.
Unfortunately, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
I was already drinking mine, so it didn't really work out, but
it's okay.
All right.
Yeah. It appeared in your cup right when I did that.
Yeah, that's what happened, and I was able to drink. Yeah. Fantastic. That was beautiful. Amazing.
Lemonheads and nachos on my dad's boat. You won't go down because my dick can float.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes. I got me my boats and hoes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get it.
Yeah. So this past week for me has not had any philosophical debates. So
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always heavy when you got to have those.
Yes, most definitely. I worked a lot on the subscription service. So I've got that almost completely built out. It's in its semi-testing phase. I've still got to route some links to some pages and stuff and get everything finalized. But I'm hoping that by the end of this week, it will be up and live and ready for people to utilize. So that's fun. That's exciting. I put out a coming soon recently. I think I put it out on Friday the 13th. And I've been getting a lot of interest, a lot of feedback. I've been trying as best I can to send everybody the details of it. Because obviously not everybody watches the podcast where I go over everything, and I can
damn you.
I can try to say like, just go watch my podcast. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, or I can just describe it. Half of these people are just normal tattoo clients, and they're not like the supportive, like client becomes friend type of client. They're just the normal client who comes to get tattooed, leaves, and so be it. That's it, you know.
So the clients that watch us aren't normal?
No, they're the best ones. The normal clients just come to me and get a tattoo and dip. Oh. Yeah, that's the most average scenario. They don't all become friends.
Okay.
Yeah, they're better. The ones that watch this are significantly better.
Okay. As long as we cleared that up. So, I had to do something for you guys there.
So, you know, normalcy obviously is shitty. Yeah. Be cooler, be better.
Yeah. I mean, normal's overrated.
Yeah, 100%. Be extraordinary, not just ordinary.
Don't be an Emmett.
Don't be a what?
Don't be an Emmett.
Yeah.
From the Lego movie.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows Emmett.
Every day is awesome.
Every day is awesome.
Yeah, there's so many clients I don't know, but the ones that watch this, I know every single one of them.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Damn, that's 3 movie references I've gone through so far.
Yeah, you're just moving it up today, dude.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so I've got the subscription service pretty much rolling out, so that's going really well. That's awesome. I'm happy to see all of the excitement and people that are interested. And there are some people, like I have some people who have appointments with me coming up who asked me about it and are like, I want to join. Let me know as soon as it's live. Like, so, you know, even that, like they haven't even been to me yet and want to join. So it's very cool. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel like what you're doing.
You're doing a thing.
Is worth it. Yeah. And then, we had Friday the 13th, and
it was busy, I hope.
It was. The tattoos are so inexpensive that it's.
But the money be adding up.
Yeah. If you get enough, it's fine. But your back and your legs will definitely make you remember it the next day. So I had Friday the 13th. It was good. It was, I would consider it successful. I don't know. So everybody that showed up were mostly my clients. So I did kind of feel bad for the guys that I work with.
Did you almost say the F word?
What?
4.
Yeah, I did almost actually, which is really weird. I don't know why. Crazy. Yeah. I think I'm used to saying that for over the years.
Don't you do that?
Yeah, I know. I think through the years I've always worked for somebody, so that's just like a natural thing that happens. But anyways, the other 2 guys that I work with, they I think they had a couple of people but like most of who rolled through was my clients, and I was able to like I have some clients who are there for Friday the 13th and don't mind getting tattooed by somebody else, and that's cool. So like as long as you're coming to the shop I work at, hey man, you're supporting, and that's cool. Yeah. I have some clients who didn't come, and that's also okay. And I have, you know what I mean? Like overall, like it was successful in general, but I just don't feel like the other guys got to tattoo as much, you know? So that sucks, but a lot of my clients like wait for me and will not let anybody else touch them. So,
is that your own guilty feeling you're having?
A little bit, you know what I mean? But I know that we all, in the shop that I work at, it's kind of like we're all working for ourselves, which is the way it should be in tattooing. Like you are an independent contractor, you work for yourself. You don't have to necessarily answer to somebody. You should be willing to help. You know what I mean? If there's things that need to be done at the shop for the shop, you should be willing to help. But as far as your schedule goes, as far as who you're tattooing, when you're tattooing, everything like that is all on you. So, you know, I wish that I could have done more for them, but also they both understand that I have a lot going on too, and I need every dollar that I can. Like we're in the process of trying to find a place to move to and everything like that. So it's all a very stressful time. So, so yeah. So either way, it all helped out. It was all really good. Got a couple bills paid. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I will talk about a few key points from Friday the 13th. That I feel were interesting.
Interessante.
Yeah. I went through and had, let's see, at 12, like straight as soon as we opened, had somebody. Tattooed them. Then around 1, another one of my clients. And then we hit a lull. So until about 3:30, we didn't have anything. Nothing walked in. People were calling, hey, are you guys doing Friday the 13th? Shut up. Come by the shop. See if we are.
Yes.
I get that people don't want to waste a drive. No, I just very begrudgingly say yeah and hang up. Because you should assume that Friday the 13th is a very busy time. The fact that I'm even answering this phone call is like, you're fucking lucky. Because I only touched the phone during that little lull that we had. The rest of the day, if you called, you're fucked. Like, I don't know what to do for you. Come by the shop or don't. Yeah. But I hit this lull. We're all sitting around. We're watching TV. Like, it was like 2.5 hours. And I was like, damn, dude, like, this really might not be shaping up to be the best Friday the 13th. Like I had all these people hitting me up. Where are they at? What's happening? Mm-hmm. Wish I'd planned this out a little bit better. And then around 3:30, things just started piling in like one after the other. Dope. Yeah. So, which was cool. But like, obviously, like you want to give everybody a decent amount of attention because some people can only come out every so often, and you want to catch up and you want to see them, and they're out to support and things like that. But it's also like a very fast paced system. So, but I had 2 things. Shout out to Mason.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. He showed up later in the evening, and, he brought his, girlfriend to me to get her first little tattoo. So she got her first one. She's in there now. She's got a tattoo. We did her grandmother's initials and her signature, and that was nice. Pretty cool. Yeah. And then and then we had I did a you remember the old Tootsie Roll Pop commercial, like very
with the owl
basically drawn and like and so it's just like the little dude with the Tootsie Roll Pop and an owl up on a branch, and I tattooed that on Mason. So that was fun.
Nice.
But then I did another of my little Friday the 13th ghosty. But
I'm sure his it probably had a little to do with how many licks.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, you just how many licks? How many licks does it take to make it pop? You know what I'm saying?
Stupid. I hope so. We didn't discuss it. I had 0 questions. I was just very excited to tattoo it. But
there you go.
So he comes by, and before we get started on them, he's like, "Hey man, if we've got a little bit of a wait, I'm gonna run to the store, grab some snacks and drinks, whatnot. You need anything?" And I was like, "Yeah, something to drink would be cool, man." And then he was like, "Oh, you want a little treat too, man?" So he grabbed me. He was like, "Don't even tell me your order. Like, I got you." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
Nice.
So he comes back with a Mountain Dew and these Shack gummies. Have you seen them?
No.
So there's a bag of Shack gummies that you can buy. They're like Shackalicious XL gummies or something.
Nice.
Each of these gummies are like this big and it's Shaq's head. They're all so huge. But they're very good. So he also comes back with a bouquet of flowers. And gives them to me. He said, "These are for you." I said, "Okay." He said my girlfriend was talking about how I don't buy her flowers anymore, and I was like, "Here, I'm gonna buy Blake some flowers." It's like, "Oh, bet."
And her face was.
She's like, "Isn't that fucked up?" I was like, "It is. It really is." I was like, "Thank you for the flowers."
Yeah, nice little Friday the 13th present.
Yeah, it was funny. It was good times.
Yeah.
So then, directly after him, all right.
This seems heavy.
I'm going to assume it's not that heavy, but
Okay.
I'm going to assume that these next 2 clients aren't going to see this. But if they do, I'm not going to name names. Okay, so to the one that got the tooth and the little cherries, obviously, we're good. You always sit very well. So no sweat there. Don't ever worry about it. But your mom, on the other hand, I think we both know she cannot sit to save her life. I think it's got to be a mental thing, right? Like I'm not gonna trash on her too hard. It was just like this was how I ended my evening, and it's almost midnight, and so
it's always the last one.
Mm-hmm. And so she wanted this little tattoo on her foot, and
does she have any other tattoos?
She has a couple, and I've tattooed her once before, but I didn't remember the experience. But I remember thinking back on it now, I remember that she was like a little vocal about like, "Oh, this hurts, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, dude, I'm very lightheaded. Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And some people just don't take pain well, I guess. I'm not sure. But she gets this little tattoo on her foot. So we start tattooing it, and bro, when I tell you, she started like coming up, like she was clenching every muscle in her body so hard.
Damn.
That she was coming up off of the table. Like she was still trying to bear her feet into the table and was like, "Ah." And I was like, dude, do you need a minute? Like, it's a little Friday the 13th tattoo, dude.
Yeah.
And so she was like, okay, yeah. And she had been clenching up every muscle in her body to the point where she was about to make herself pass out. Like, she was tensing up so hard and like levitating out of the chair, and like you could tell like she started sweating, like It was not good. And I was like, I'll just give you a minute to breathe. And she comes out of her jacket and stuff. And I was just like, all right, I'll give you a second. Like, you guys are my last ones. So it doesn't, I'm just here, man. It's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Like, because at the end of the day, like, I really wasn't stressing it. Like, people squirm, people move. But, like, I think this is the first time that somebody has almost levitated out of my fucking chair.
No, Chris Angel there.
Yeah. So that was just like an odd moment, but yeah, that was just it. Yeah, that's all I had to say about that. I just wanted to talk about the lady levitating out of the chair.
Did you have that very concerned look on your face?
I did. I'm sure there was also a look of frustration because the daughter, she said, we're annoying you, aren't we? And I was like, no. Because, like, honestly, they weren't, but I know what my face looks like. And I was like, you're not annoying me. You guys are my last ones of the night. I'm really not stressing this. It's okay. Like, take your time, breathe through it. I would rather you have a good tattoo and walk away with here with a good tattoo rather than a wobbly tattoo because you can't sit still. Like, if you just need a minute to chill, I'm okay with that.
Until she sees this.
Until she sees this, and then they'll never come back to me again, and I'll cry. But
they'll leave you a bad review on Yelp, probably.
Fuck Yelp, bro. Stupid Yelp. Yeah. That's all I've been up to mostly, man. House hunting, fucking Friday the 13th stuff. Friday the 13th was such a good time though that I am considering kind of like trying to find a way to maybe do like a once a month or once every other month. Definitely not a weekly thing because I don't think that would. I think it would get old.
Yeah.
But like maybe a once a month or once every other month, something. I'm trying to find like a time frame that wouldn't feel too frequent that it would get old to people, but I want to have events like that because I mean, if you think about it, like this year, every so often we'll have at least maybe two. I think there's been like one random time where we came close to having three just because of like one happening really, really early on in the year and then a couple of others later in the year.
Yeah.
But you don't get that many Friday the 13th out of a year. And this year we only get one. Like this was it. That was the only one. Yeah. And so you missed your shot. If you didn't show up that day, it's a wrap for you. Like you're done.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would like to figure out a way to have like sort of a tattoo party type thing. Like nothing too crazy, just something fun to get people out and, you know, come hang out. Cause also a lot of these clients, like I haven't seen in a while, but you know, they move away, but they'll travel down when we're doing events like that. So that's, you know, like you get to see your clients, catch up. So I think it would be fun, but I don't want to be doing it like so frequently that it gets old. So I got to figure that out. So if you want to give any advice on how often you think that should be, please do so. Comment down below.
Or voicemail us.
Yeah, you can voicemail us as well. I don't have the phone number for you, but it'll be in the description down below.
Yes.
I got to rememorize that. I'm sure once I see it, it'll just click again, but like...
Probably. 'Cause you were on it.
Yeah, I was.
Once you had it, you were on it.
Oh, man.
You could remember it better than you could remember the outro.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Always better than the outro. I might fuck up the outro today. Who knows? Yeah. Did you see in the comments, one of our people were saying that they were about to crash out if we didn't start the intro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I told you people would notice.
Yeah, they noticed.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, you told me.
I told you.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to ask today before we end everything, how was your Father's Day?
Oh, it was quite chill.
Yeah?
Actually.
That's good.
Yeah. I didn't have to do shit, and it felt wonderful.
That's great. Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, mine was also pretty chill. Didn't do much. We went over to Shauna's grandparents so she could see her granddad and stuff for it. But yeah, it was a good day. Didn't have to do much. No errands, no chores. I chose not to work on anything. No tattoo stuff. No, like, just leave. Blank my mind out. Nothing. Just have a good day.
Very good.
Yeah. No stresses. No nothing. No hunting. No nothing.
Did you get breakfast in bed?
No.
Damn.
Did you?
Not in bed, but I got breakfast.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I don't eat breakfast too often.
Oh.
Some on occasion, but like not usually.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Got
to eat the breakfast.
Yeah.
We eat breakfast.
I feel like
Then lunch.
I feel like society does make people think like that's the way it should be, but I just
Nah, I ain't society. You got to eat the breakfast.
I don't think so. I think I have such a late dinner and then I go to sleep that I'm good for breakfast. I'm fine.
What would Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad say? You got to eat the breakfast.
Is that what he would say?
Not exactly.
I thought he would say, "Look, Dad, I'm driving with both my feet." I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's what I thought.
Okay. What were you getting at?
Oh, I was just seeing how your day was, dude. I don't know. That's it. That's pretty much it. Sounds like you had a good one, so that's good.
I had the breakfast.
Yeah, you had breakfast, so that's good. So I was over there and I heard about this this story that apparently happened recently around here. And I don't know if you heard about it, but there was like a chase that happened, like a cop chase, right? And I don't know where it started or where it began or anything like that, but those two things mean the same thing. What the fuck? Anyways, I don't know any of that, but apparently where it ended was like right down here at the prison. Like the criminal who was getting away from the cops was just driving and ended his drive at a prison. And I was just like, that's got to be the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. Yeah, I don't know.
On purpose?
I don't know. He like pulled in. That's where he stopped.
He pulled in.
Yeah, apparently. And then they attacked him. And I was like, that's just crazy.
My God.
Yeah.
You're talking about this one up here by all the truck stops?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
That's crazy to have a prison right next to the truck stops too.
Yeah, that seems like if you could just break out for a second, you got a pretty decent shot at getting away.
Yeah, there's so many of them there too.
Yeah.
You got multiple options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't seem to be trying. I don't know. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. And then that led into another conversation of one that I had heard about, and you might have heard about this one. The people watching may have heard about it as well. But it was a guy who went in to rob a bank. And he's robbing the bank, and the bank teller gives him the money and says, hey, we also have this sweepstakes going on. You should enter it. I mean, you might have a chance to get even more money out of this place. You know, like, fuck this place. Who cares?
Yeah.
Go ahead and enter that sweepstakes. So he filled out all of his fucking information and then entered the sweepstakes. And the cop showed up at his door.
Bro.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Where are they finding these people?
Honestly, I don't know.
Where are they finding themselves?
Did you at the prison?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you ever used to watch that show, World's Dumbest Criminals? Oh my god, I love that show so much. That show was so ridiculous, and like they had all these like comedians or funny television personalities or whatever on there, kind of I don't know, talking for the criminals and like creating their own idea of what's going through these criminals' heads, and then they would all talk about it,
like on Drunk History.
In a way, yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not reenacting anything.
Okay,
but like you'd be watching the footage of what's happening, and they would just be voicing over like what's going through the criminal's head. Like, oh, dropped that. I need to pick that up. And you know, like just But you're just watching the footage. And yeah, I used to watch that shit religiously because the amount of dumb criminals that we have in here, like none of them are smart. Obviously, they get caught, but like just how dumb, you know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of Florida mans in that.
I imagine so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Yeah. You seen anything else Florida man's been up to lately?
I saw one Florida man held up a Starbucks to get some whipped cream. Or was it a cheesecake? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But he held up a Starbucks for that.
All right.
Arrested shortly after.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah. All for whipped cream.
Yeah. Or cheesecake. I'm not sure which.
It would make a little more sense if it was the cheesecake.
Would it?
Slightly.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make less sense for like
whipped cream, yeah.
You can get whipped cream anywhere. Yeah, it's probably cheesecake. Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if you bring your dog through, you could just get that little whipped cream for free.
Makes me wonder if he had like a pregnant girl at home and she's just really craving Starbucks, and he's like, "Baby, I ain't got the money this week," and he's just like, "But you know what? Don't even worry about it. I got you.
I'll get some whipped cream."
Could have just asked for a pup cup.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Have a little dog with him, you get that whipped cream for free. Well, that's all they do in the little puppuccino. Just
yeah, that is all they do.
That's it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, well, for me, that's all I have.
It is.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
I've got one wish.
Mm-hmm. To say?
A fish.
I thought you were going to say I have one wish to say these 3 words for you.
I'm not going to say it, though.
Good for you.
Yep. It's too early.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know you like that.
Yeah, you're right. Not quite long enough yet.
We're getting them so good today. I tell you what. They rolling on their feet now. I don't know how that's possible, but they're going to find a way. This is just so hilarious. Yeah, they over there just looking at their screen like, what the hell is going on with these two?
At the very least, this one. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah, they over there, they think like maybe I should call for help on these two. Maybe just that one right there. He ain't right in the head no more. Oh, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We love you. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Get yourself some more entries for the tattoo giveaway. It is still going on until August 31st. It is one full half-day session. Full half does sound weird, but it is the whole half of tattooing with me. So, you know, 1 whole half right there. There it is.
That's
yeah.
a booty.
Yeah, I was about to say kind of. There it is. All right. Yeah, so get yourself those entries. Please like, subscribe, do all the things, give us a rating, do the things, 5 stars. And yeah, I suppose until next week, we will say goodbye.
For now.
Goodbye, goodbye to you, my friend. So long, farewell, until we meet again. We're gonna get fucking sued by Out of the Box one day, dude. I swear to God.
And we're gonna
countersue.
Yeah.
You guys been out the air like 20 years. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck over it. Just chill. Goodbye, my friends.
Was that our outro?
No. Oh man. Oh God.
That wasn't
Good
our
catch.
outro. Yeah. No.
You got me.
So, all in all,
That was Awk Awe.
and we did it right this time.
Until
Next time.
that's right.
Goodbye,
Bye,
my friends.